only that one post. And she told me, and I was like, no, this is illegal.
This is not happening.
This is illegal. That nose highlight though. Ooh, she glow. Oh, no, not anymore.
And I'm just not there. I love this hair that we've got going on right here.
We're gonna scoot this way.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's good.
I'm out of frame.
Okay.
Oh, my hair is just.
Y'all get to see my bad side.
Well, welcome back, everyone. Wait, what are you doing?
Oh, sorry, I wasn't thinking.
Welcome back to The Struggle is Real, a show where we talk about stuff you absolutely don't care about, but we needed someone to vent to for the next 45 minutes. So without further ado,
therapist.
Without further ado, here we go. So, on the topic of conversation today, we have our love life in
Where is it?
English.
We don't know.
Just missing poster. If found, please call.
So like, I'm not using Tinder right now but since I'm not using it, like my Instagram.
It sounds like a drug. It's like, since I'm not using anymore.
So my Instagram is connected to my Tinder. So when you go on my Tinder, you can see my Instagram posts because I'm proud of my Instagram. I like Instagram.
So have you gotten guys like sliding in your DMs like creeps?
People I don't know at all. Like I'm okay if you follow me, but I get random like message requests from guys that are just like,
oh
you're
hell
so pretty,
no.
and I'm like, decline.
No.
Decline. Not today. That's not happening. Sorry.
We're not here for that.
No.
No, thank you, sisters. No.
Like follow me, please, but don't slide in my DMs. I want the followers.
It was actually really funny way back when. I don't know if I've ever told you this story, but this random dude, like total like F-boy, like slid in my DMs. Actually, my account was private at that point. So he requested to follow me based on my profile picture. And then I was like back and forth. I was like, do I let this weirdo like follow me? Like, but you know, it was like 1 a.m. I was like, let's see what happens. So I was like, I bet you $10 that within like 5 minutes of me accepting this request, he is going to slide into my DMs. And not even 5 minutes later, he's like, hey, how's it going,
yep.
Winky face?
That's
and I'm
what
like,
happens, yep.
Well, I just won $5. $10? That's what's going on. And turns out he was my old Spanish classmate's cousin. I don't know how I managed that.
What?
My life is just all over the place.
Yeah, that's weird. Sorry.
So then I just I figured this out because I went through the people he follows and who follows him, and I was like, wait, I know you. Like, that she was the only person I knew out of any of his followers or who he was following. And so I like messaged her on Facebook. I was like, hey, what's up? I know we haven't talked in a while, but like,
tell your
how's it going? No, I didn't say anything about it. And then all of a sudden, like mid-conversation, we were just talking about graduation, and she's like, so how do you know my cousin? And I'm like,
oh no.
Funny you should ask. And then we went on ranting about like how he's such an F-boy, and she's like, give me all the details because I'm gonna have so much fun with this at Christmas. So let's get down to the nitty-gritty of it after us losing focus without even getting 5 minutes into the video.
Yeah.
But I just randomly thought of this question all on my own because I'm
congratulations.
A education
spontaneity
individual. But I'm curious to know. Ew. Yeah, I was ignoring that during the last video.
Everyone with me. Anyways.
I was just ignoring it. But now that you mention it. But I have a question.
Okay.
So, as far as dating apps in application to your dating life.
Wow, that wordplay. Apps in application. Okay.
Very literary today. Literally.
Literally?
I keep leaning out of frame, so I'm gonna scoot closer to you before I edit this and just hiss at myself. So we get very close in person.
Hello.
How's it going?
How's your love life? Just playing with a piece of tape.
I was doing that during your video.
My hands are shaking so much.
No, okay, so as far as dating apps, because I know we've both used a variety of like Bumble, Tinder, who knows what, off-name brand.
I downloaded Bumble for one reason. And that one reason is because I saw a video of Shane and Riley, and they said they met on Bumble, and so that gave me hope.
No, that was the same thing with me with Gabby Hanna. She was like, oh, I was on Bumble, and like I was thinking, okay, so what you're telling me is if this doesn't work out, I'll get some serious clickbait. And so I was like, okay, we'll download Bumble. But
I should create like a Tinder account for you and just like swipe right on everyone and then like catfish them and just, that would be so
okay,
funny.
Video idea. Coming.
No one steal. Oh, it's definitely been done before. It's been copyright.
I feel like we're both just high at this
So
point.
okay, ask your question. I keep interrupting. I'm so
Okay,
sorry.
so as far as dating apps go in regards to
Yes.
your dating life,
Uh-huh.
do you think that you prefer meeting people online over in real life, or do you feel like it's harder, more awkward? Like, what is your opinion on
Okay.
the perks or the pros and cons?
Yes, there you go.
The pros and cons
Here's
of
the thing.
online dating versus real life meeting people.
If you're awful at, if you're awful, period. No.
If you're awful.
If you're awful at talking to people, specifically of the sex that you're into, in real life, you get a
people in
dating
general.
app because I feel like this goes for basically everyone. It's so much easier and better and less awkward to text someone because if you don't like to have the conversation going, oh, just end it. If you can't
Yeah, but I
end it
feel
in
like-
real life.
Yeah, but I
How-
feel like that creates bad habits though, because then we get into the habit of like ghosting people, and so we don't know how to handle it in real life. And I think
Okay.
that's why our generation is so confrontational, because we don't know how to handle conflict.
Yeah. But here's the thing, the guys that I feel more of an emotional connection to, the guys that I've pretty much been in love with, I've met them all in real life. I haven't gone on one date with someone from a dating app.
Same.
And that's because I usually end up getting ghosted, or I end up doing the ghosting because I don't like the way they're
Yeah.
turning out to be. So
No, same actually.
I think logically it makes more sense, and I should be meeting people in real life, but I'm not good at
I
talking.
think you and I should try that once we can both like drink
I'm just
and
not
whatnot.
good at
We should
talking.
just go out to bars
Once
and
we
try
can drink, honey, I got
legally.
Canada.
That's Canada.
We get Canadian guys.
We should experiment. That sounds bad, experiment. No. But I mean, like, we should try it the old-fashioned way and go to a bar and just, like, try and meet people.
Oh,
like
dear
they do in,
God.
like,
That
sitcoms.
makes me want to kill myself.
No, but
Just
we
like,
should.
hi.
Because the
Why are you
thing
doing
is,
that?
I get really defensive and heated about this. I'm gonna spill my tea. Because...
Sister T spilled.
Because our parents, like their generation, gets so like heated and like opinionated about dating apps and online dating. They're so hypercritical about our use of dating apps and how it's so creepy and you could get kidnapped and you could get catfished. But the thing is, dating by meeting people in bars was no safer. And that's what they did when they were like our age. That was the thing. That was the online dating version of risky dating back then, was meeting someone in a bar, and people would go home with like people they met in bars. Like they'd get drunk.
That's
At
why-
least I'm completely sober
That's why
when
I
I'm getting
wouldn't-
catfished. No, I'm just kidding.
I would have no problem meeting. Here's the thing. I usually end up liking guys that I've known and that I'm friends with, and those are the ones I usually end up falling in love with. I feel like the person I end up marrying is not gonna be someone I find on Tinder. For real. I don't think it's gonna be that way. I think it's gonna be someone that I probably just started out as friends with and then I end up liking, because those are the ones I usually end up liking the most, are the ones that I know in real life and that like I become best friends with, and I'm like, oh shit, like I have a crush
And like
on
I
them.
think it is possible to meet someone on a dating app and like fall for them and get married and whatnot, but I think the longer you leave it online, the harder that becomes. Like if you don't interact with them on a more like raw, real level by like going out, going to the movies, getting coffee, and doing real life things with them, it gets...
That's definitely the problem with our
awkward.
generation, because they're like, oh yeah, I've been talking to this person online for like months. I'm like, have you guys hung out with each other? No. okay, well, how do you expect it to go anymore?
Yeah, how is
So-
this going well if you haven't even seen him face to face?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we FaceTime, not the same thing.
Mm-mm.
I hate FaceTiming people, honestly.
I don't like...
Like, I don't know why, but if I have the option, but I have no problem with this, but like FaceTiming people, I just feel like I have to be so together and
Everyone
like
wants to FaceTime me when I look the
entertaining.
ugliest.
Whereas if I'm just on the phone with them, I also just don't like phone calls.
I hate phone
I like
calls.
phone calls better than FaceTime though, for some
Oh
reason.
yeah, for sure.
Because like FaceTime, it's like when
I
you're
become
on the phone,
self-conscious on
you just
FaceTime.
have to be like making sure that you're like talking and not like leaving any dead air. But like
Yeah.
if you're FaceTiming, we keep getting so off topic. But like if you're FaceTiming, you have to be like holding it at a certain angle. I always hold my phone at like selfie angles whenever I'm FaceTiming. Like even
I
if I'm
just don't
FaceTiming my
care.
mom, I'm holding it at like a selfie angle, and then my arm gets tired, and I'm like, why am I doing this? Like she doesn't care.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's get deeper into dissecting your love
Okay.
life. Because that's what we're here for, because the struggle's real here on The Struggle is Real. And I want to hear your struggle.
Okay.
So,
I wish I was drunk right now, but okay.
I want you to tell me, as briefly as possible, your best
I'm
dating
scared.
experience
Sounds like a
and your
PSAT
worst
question.
and your worst dating experience. Even if it wasn't like a full-blown relationship, like what was a point like when you were talking to someone that went the best
Okay.
and what went the worst? Like I want you to give me.
Here's the thing.
We're just gonna dive right into this, friends.
Everyone knows this. I haven't been on an official date with
Yeah.
anyone. Hung out with guys.
I love how you say everyone knows this on a brand new channel.
Well, the people who are
Everyone
sub to me,
knows.
I know I talk about it all the time openly. Like, I literally have never had a dating life. But when it comes to just like talking to guys, I would say probably.
You can give them.
Do you mean
code
like
names.
best moments or?
Like-
I'm confused.
Like, who's a guy that you talk to that you're like, wow, that situation went really well, memorable, I'll remember it forever. Like, you just have like nostalgic moments where you're like thinking about him and you're like, oh, that was like such a good point in my life.
Okay.
And like, what's a relationship that just sort of like blew up
Okay.
and you're like,
Okay.
that was messy.
So I'm gonna change this person's name. You already know who this person is.
Yeah.
Change it to Candle.
Candle. Get out of it all.
Mango? 'Cause
Mango.
That's better.
Mango.
Mango. He doesn't watch this anyway, so it doesn't fucking matter. I was basically at my first job, only job I ever had, fell in love with this guy. And I think he basically fell in love with me too.
Wait,
and
are we doing the worst or best right now?
this is the best,
The
definitely.
best, okay.
So yeah, basically I fell in love with this guy, and it was great. No, we never went on an actual date, and that's my fault because he asked me out multiple times, and my
That
anxiety,
happens, though.
my anxiety was really bad, and I kept saying no. And anyways, like whenever I'd go to work, I'd get butterflies. Like I would love and hate being at work at the same time because I would be so anxious, but I'd also be like, yeah, like my best friend's there, and like we were like really close friends. We became really close friends. And you know, I feel bad because I never hung out with him, but I remember like he would Snapchat me, or he would every time he would be like, hey Audrey, what's up, or like anything little like that. Like I'd have not a panic attack, but I'd be like butterflies, like oh my
Yeah.
gosh, she wants, you know,
It's
and
like,
like
oh my gosh, it's him. Like you
Yeah.
smile at your home screen.
yeah,
kind of a thing.
yeah. And it was really cute and all. And then, you know, I went off to college, and right before I went off to college, I confessed to him, like, yeah, I really like you. And then he was like, really? Because you never wanted to hang out with me. I'm like, it's not that I didn't want to. My anxiety was like,
couldn't.
nope.
No, we're not doing that today.
And I told him that, and I'm happy I was honest with him about that. And I don't think he wants to really talk to me anymore because I remember the beginning of the summer, I asked him, like, I told him, like, if you want to hang out, message me. Hasn't
Yeah.
messaged me since.
But I think
So-
that's possibly because, like, in my experience, I feel like the way guys cope with it is they try to get over it really, really fast.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it might be a little harder for them. I don't know. Call me out if I'm wrong. But it might be, like, seem a little scarier to them to dive back into something a second time.
Yeah.
Especially if they're, like,
They don't
especially
like
when they're
rejection.
younger. And, yeah. And especially when they're younger and they've already tried to get over it once.
Yeah.
I think, girls are a little more like cats in 9 lives, like I'll try this again kind of a thing. But I think guys only like to get over something once, but I could be wrong. And I'm not putting them all in a box. Like there
Right,
could be
right.
guys who aren't like that. But I think sometimes
I think
it's
that's
more
true. Yeah.
that's the case.
Yeah, and
That stutter though.
Stutter.
Da, da, da.
But I definitely say, like, yeah, like, I'm still I think part of me is still in love with him, but the other part of me is like, you just gotta move on.
Yeah.
Like, I'll go to college now.
You know, I already relate to that on a real level.
Yeah, and it sucks. And I think that if I hadn't gone to college in Ohio, I'd probably be dating him right now. But
if I hadn't done a lot of things, I'd be dating a particular person right now. But that's tea for another time.
That's tea, sister. But yeah, and then for the worst...
My face just keeps getting, like, blocked out completely by Mickey's, and it looks creepy. I've got the same skin tone.
Okay, me. But I think, like, on the worst dating experience,
I'm ready for this, because I know most of her love life, so I'm just curious who's gonna fill this category.
So, my relationship with this guy at the present is, like, we're friends now. And I apologize.
So there's no...
Here's the thing. So remember...
I haven't found this out yet.
So when I first,
we're all learning something at the moment.
But...
Are we gonna give him a nickname?
We're not gonna talk about him in this. I mean, unless you want to.
Talking about him at the moment.
No, I'm not talking about him right now. I'm talking about another person. I'm about to talk about another person. Okay, so... When I first downloaded Tinder during college, one of the first guys I talked to, remember when I was like, oh my god, I'm so excited for this date, like, whatever, I was really excited.
Oh, hell.
His name, we're gonna change it to Peach, because Peach and Mango Candle.
Why don't we just say Peach?
Fuck it.
Okay, Peach it is.
Alright, Peach. Now I'll say Pete now I can't.
Pete, okay.
Alright, so, anyways, you'll hate the word, I hate the name Pete, I'm sorry. It's just bad. No offense to Ariana's fiance, but that name is trash. Yeah, so I remember I was really excited about hanging out with him, and he never used, like, so basically, like, he didn't ask me out, like, he didn't say the words, like, let's go on a date, but he was like, let's hang out. My mind, see this from my perspective, I'm on Tinder, I meet this guy that's on Tinder, which is a dating app. He wants to hang out. Yep. That's a date in my eyes. So,
it's like a low-key date, but it's a date, like...
A day before it happens, I message him and I'm like, hey, like, I don't think he wasn't talking to me that much, and I was like, hey, are you still sure you want to go on this date? Like, are you still down? Like, whatever, and I was being kind of flirty, whatever, because this is a date, and he's like, yeah, like, I'm excited and whatever, but I just don't want you to get the wrong idea, you know, like, I just wanted it to be a friend thing, and I was like, and then I remember, I don't know if I was with you, I remember being, like,
I think I saw you, like, the next day.
I think we were in front of Cupertino's, and I was sitting at a table with Kate, Bethany, and Alana, or whatever, I think it was them, and I was talking to them about what was going on, and I think Kate was like, you should message him and just be honest and be like, I thought this was going to be a romantic thing. So I basically, like, kind of went off and was pretty rude about it, honestly, and I was like, why are you on Tinder if it isn't a romantic thing? Like why? Like, I was upset because I was looking forward to this, like,
yeah,
really looking forward to this.
Yeah.
I was really excited about it, and it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. So I basically went off on him, and he was like, I'm sorry, like, I just am looking for friends, and I was like, why the frick do you have a Tinder? If
for
you're looking
friends.
For friends? Yeah, like, who does that? Just make friends in real life. And I don't know, it was just weird to me, and he apologized, whatever, and then we stopped talking for a while. Then when I went back to Arizona, we started talking again. Not romantically or flirting or anything like that. Like, once in a while, sort of. But we're just, like, friends now. We crack a few jokes, whatever. And I apologized to him for, like, the way I acted that one time and, like, being rude and stuff. Because, like, that was just out of line. And, like, I shouldn't have gone off on him for that. But then again, it is pretty stupid to be on Tinder to make friends. Like,
yeah,
that's pretty stupid.
Understandable. Yes.
But, yeah, we're on good terms now, and... Yeah, I
was about to say I can't say I'm on good terms with any of my, like, previous, but that's not true.
Yeah.
That's just, I don't know if I even want to get into that right now. Like,
yeah,
that is just like a Pandora's box of.
Same.
Should we even touch that?
Okay, people when they see me, should we even touch that?
I don't know how much detail to get into that. Like, basically, my love life is a mess. Like, I have met people in real life, I have met people on dating apps, I have met people on just regular apps, and just, like, but it always, and we talked about this in her video that I'll link, but we always just, the best way to sum up my entire love life, I will insert a clip, is a meme of just like, almost there, like, almost got it, reaching up, barely missing it, like, just like, you're good, you're not good, we're just backing off now.
You're good,
you're good.
Yeah.
Just, it explodes.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and that's happened, kid you not, every single time. Like from the, as far back as like, I can remember being like 13 and I was in a play and one of the other guys that was in it was like, it was a church play, so there were like very few of us who were actually like high school / middle school age. There were only like, I think like 4 of us.
Yeah.
The rest were like adults. And and so like he liked me. And I was 13 at the time. He was 16, I think. 15 or 16. And it was the cheesiest, like, I think that is the cheesiest sort of romantic situation I've ever been in. Like, he would give me his jacket, he would like put his arm around me,
that's
like
cute, though.
Ask for my number. Actually, no, this is so long ago, he asked for my email.
I remember when those were the days. Those were the days.
Oh wow, that just made me feel so old. Yeah, so I gave him my email, and via email he asked me out, and that was back when, you know, just
that's
let
the
that
OG
sink
sliding in the DMs.
And so, and I know he'll never see this, but I'm not gonna name drop anyway. I actually can't remember his name at the moment. I'm sure I could if I thought about it long enough, but
just viewing my grade real quick.
Yeah, so then that was the point in time where my parents were very unfortunately involved in my love life.
Oh no.
I'm so glad that they're not. Like, I'm so glad I've kind of separated like a need to know basis and a don't need to know basis. And it was so awkward, and it just, worst came to worst, he found out I couldn't date till I was like 16. Like, that was my parents being generous. They're like, you can go on a date once you're 16, which I'll spill tea on how young my brother and sister were when they started dating, but anyway.
Oh, I can't even imagine.
Anyway, he found that out, so he was like, nope, pull back, like, I'm no longer going for this, and asked my sister out because she was 15 at the time, which meant she could start dating him sooner than I could.
Did she actually like date him?
It's a very messy situation.
No.
They didn't technically like date, but I just can like vaguely remember. But I can remember all this vague stuff of like going to Costco and stuff, because with the play we had to like run errands, go to rehearsal.
That sucks to be like in that situation.
It was not pleasant.
God.
And then of course, you know, there was the time, I think, I don't know what to call him. Current problem.
Mickey.
Mickey? We're gonna call him Mickey? Okay. But I think he wasn't right after that. There was actually a guy, we'll call him Frank. There was a guy like right in between. Like, they all kind of happened consecutively. My life has just been a mess from like the beginning of high school. Since I was 13 through high school into now, my love life has just been a mess. It isn't even, I don't think it qualifies as a love life. It's more like a drama. But anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
So there was like Frank, who was like really sweet. I'd known him since I was like 10. And like my friends kind of realized he had a crush on me before I did, which was kind of a very constant thing most of my high school career. Yeah. My friends would figure out, oh yeah, no, he's totally into you, how are you not seeing this? And like looking back on it now, like we went roller skating and like held hands and whatnot, and I'm hoping no one who understands that reference watches this, but I don't think anyone will. But that happened, and then they left. I'm not gonna say how, because I'm just worried that someone's gonna watch this who's gonna know exactly who I'm talking about. They left the picture one way or another, and then Mickey came into the picture shortly after that, and that was just a mess. And basically there was all kinds of like depression. That was like when my life really like hit rock bottom, was during that. There was all kinds of like emotional, mental, like I just remember talking to them, and like when everything finally was out in the open, I have so many regrets about like all of that, but I just remember them being like, oh yeah, I used to like you like a month ago, but over here, like, why am I an idiot? Why was I so scared of life? And that, I think, honestly, I think that had a lot to do with me not caring anymore about putting myself out there, and just like risk it, like be bold, risk it, just
don't miss your opportunity.
yeah, like if you want to go for something, go for it, as long as it won't get you killed. Or
dang it.
So as long as it won't get you killed, shoot for the stars, friends. But anyway, I think that is where I'm gonna wrap it up today. Otherwise, I'm just gonna start rambling about my mess of a life. And I know I was kind of vague, but I'm just really worried that someone is going to watch this and put the pieces together. So maybe once I kind of confirm that that won't happen, I'll spill more tea and I'll give you guys all the details, and you will not have to be so confused. But until then, I think I'm gonna sign off here. So thank you for watching and tuning in to The Struggle is Real, a show you never asked for that we made anyway.
Good question.
We thought this out really well.
Yeah.